Hello, everybody. So, what is the top of the world? Definitely is not the North Pole. Let me tell you something. First of all, I am Valentina, designer and author of 4 books. And today I am announcing the publishing of my 4th book called The Road to Top of the World. And that's what top of the world to me means. Top of the world is a state of mind. It is a way you feel every day. It's the way you accept life every day with all its beauty and all its challenges. It's still the top of the world. So, some time ago, I took some friends to my native region of Puglia in Italy, south of Italy. Some friends from America. And we traveled together through this land that they never knew existed. They did not know the language. They did not know food. They did not know the costumes, the history, nothing. So I just took them with me to discover. And discover we did. So during that trip, someone challenged me to write the experiences we were having, or they were having, because that was my native land. To me, was a return to my roots. They challenged me to write this book, so I accepted it, and I did. So now I can enumerate the 4th book in my book collections that I have written through the years. But let me tell you how this whole experience of writing started. Some years ago, when we had, in 2008, we had a huge economic recession. Everybody had downtime. I did too. But I did not want to waste this downtime. I did not want to go through the motions of lamenting, complaining, like most of the people were doing at the time. I said, I'm going to use this recession to my own advantage. I'm going to finally start writing the books I've had in mind for a while. They were all written somewhere in files and notes, and they were in my computer. So I took them out, cleaned them out, and the first year, 2009, I published my first book. 2010, I published the second book. 2 years later, 2012, I published the 3rd book. So now I'm on the 4th book. And so it's all about what you do with your situation, with that life offers you. To me, that recession was the offering of books. Make books, write books. This is good for you. This is going to take you places. This is going to turn your life around. And it did. So I'm happy I took that challenge by myself then. But then when I had this trip to Puglia with friends, someone said, well, why don't you write a book? I said, okay, what are we going to call it? I said, well, you want me to write about you? Anything you feel like. Good. I said, we're going to call it The Road to Top of the World. And it stuck with me because that's a good title, because it is a state of mind. It is what I feel every day. If I'm not at the top of the world, I can't produce what I want. In fact, today is Saturday. I'm here in this colorful space. This is my studio. It's where all the beautiful ideas come from, and where I generate and conceive all kinds of designs, all kinds of books and blogs, and study atmosphere. This is where I study, that's where I concentrate, and this is where everything happens. So instead of broadcasting from outside, today is gray. I didn't feel being in that gray. I felt like being in here. And this is what I want to do. So let's talk about the book, The Road to Top of the World. Well, it is a travel narrative, as I said, is a travel narrative. It's not a novel. I made short stories of every places we went, and or just about, and I recorded it in my mind, everything that happened. I recorded faces through photographs. I recorded places and details and potteries and shoes and fashion and this and that. So the book is made of short stories that if you miss one, you're not going to miss the whole book or the meaning of the book. You can actually read it from the end to the beginning or from the beginning to the end. You can read in the middle, story by story. No one story is related to the next one. Every story has a beginning and an end, and it ends there. The book is full of photographs. It's about reminiscence of my memories of the past, what I saw, or consideration of what I saw happening in the new modern Puglia, many considerations of people. I talked about the places, obviously, and I talked about a little bit of history here and there. I touched on food, customs, and just about anything that came to my mind. The trip was the center, but then I embroidered around. So it has been a good experience. The book is now available. It is on Amazon, and I will put links everywhere so people can know about it and can go visit. But it's is this the end of my book collections? No, absolutely not. Because when you do something that is pleasurable, that brings you joy, that makes you happy, you want to repeat that experience. You want to double the feeling. So as I had a good experience of writing the previous 3 books, I've had even a better experience with this one because it's about my roots. I talked about and wrote about my roots, my way of being, the way I grew up, and the way it is now. So I didn't have to go research in historical books. It's all about what I grew up with. It's all about my culture, which I know all about. So basically, what I'm saying is when you do something good in life that makes you pleasure and gives you satisfaction, keep doing it. And so I will keep writing books. The next one will be about designing. It's something I was writing this year, but I decided to let this one, Top of the World, publish first, and then the next one will come out next year. So I hope you enjoy my book. It's very short and to the point, 132 pages, full of photography and full of beautiful places. So not only I encourage you to get a book and write a book or write me if you want to hire me to speak in your organization, in your clubs, in your office, in everywhere you would like me to talk about Puglia and what's in the region and why it's so in the top of the world. Why? So if that's something you want to do, please write me and we can talk about it. But most of all, I encourage you to read the book and go to Puglia and experience it for yourself. there is nothing better than returning to something original, to something simpler, to a life that will give you a new outlook of everything else. And as you will find it there, you will find pure food. And what I mean by pure is directly from the ground into your plate. So there is no processing and no handling and no traveling of food. It's just local and it's made there by lovely people, warm and peaceful. The Puglia people are very peaceful and lovely. So again, I encourage you to get the book on Amazon or go to Puglia with or without me and call me if you would like me to speak about it. And if you would like me to show you a different way of seeing life. Okay? The links will be everywhere. And for right now, I would like you to create a great end of the week. And peace, love, as I always say. And don't forget to use colors. Don't forget to use colors. Colors will vibrate your life. In fact, look at the book. It's yellow. And what's on it? The blue of the sea. Bye, everyone.